Today I'm going to show you how to make a caramel slice. So to make your caramel slice, you'll need the following ingredients. For the base, you'll need desiccated coconut, some shortbread or biscuit crumb, I should say shortbread biscuits or biscuit crumb, some raw sugar. For the base also, we're gonna need some butter. For the filling, you'll need condensed milk, some golden syrup. And then for the topping, we're just gonna melt some chocolate. I've got some milk chocolate, and then I've also got some blocks of 45% dark chocolate, because I do find that if you're using all milk chocolate, it gets a bit sweet. To start with, we're going to make our biscuit base. We're going to line the base. I've already pre-cut some baking paper. We're going to line that. So I'll just spray the bottom so the baking paper sticks. So next, I'm going to make some biscuit crumb. So we are simply going to use some Arnott shortbread biscuits, and we'll weigh up 150 grams. So I'm just putting this into the, what do you call it? The NutriBullet. So 150 grams of the biscuit crumb in. Then we're going to go 150 grams of the coconut, which is the desiccated coconut, and then 150 grams of raw sugar. Just incorporate it a little bit so it's mixed through reasonably even. Okay, great. So we'll set that aside. And then now what we're going to do is just simply melt about 220 grams of butter. So we'll just put that on a low heat just so it melts and becomes a liquid form. You don't want to overheat it, of course. Okay, so now the butter is fully melted. We're going to simply take it across to our base ingredients. Pour the butter in. I'm going to fold that through. Beautiful. So once that's evenly folded through, and you can see that it's all consistent, we will add it to our tin. And then just using the spatula, you can also use your hands, just smooth it out evenly across the base, and then we're going to start pressing it down so that it's nice and firm. Now you can go around the edges like so and just get those edges down. I just like to do that so that when you cut the slice, biscuit base of the edges don't come up the side so much. So that's how it should look. Now we'll pop that in the oven. I'll pop it in at 200 degrees. It's going to be about 8 minutes, just so it gets nice and golden brown. First step of making the filling, it's such a simple recipe, I love it, is adding 130 grams of golden syrup and about 130 grams of butter, and we're just going to heat that up on the stove. And while that's melting, we will get our condensed milk ready. Weigh up our condensed milk, so 850 grams done. Then we'll go back to the stove and check how our butter and golden syrup is going. So I'm going to turn that off now and check the oven. So that's been about 8 minutes, starting to brown up around the edges. I'm going to give that another 2 minutes. Okay, so now that this is melted, we're simply going to add the butter and golden syrup to the mix, and that makes our filling. I'm going to get the base out now. So now the base is ready. Beautiful. We've done that extra 2 minutes. It's nice and golden brown. So we'll just take that out gently. You want to handle it carefully because you can see that it's wobbling, so it's quite soft. So if you hit that against something sharp, it's just going to slide down to one end. And we're going to let that cool slightly. Okay, and so while the base is cooling, we're going to mix in our golden syrup, and that's the filling done. Okay, so that's cooled down a little bit. You can wait for it to completely cool. If you are going to pour your filling on while the base is still hot, you just have to do it gently. So if you rush it too much while you're pouring the mixture in, you risk all the pressure going in the center, and the base will actually explode out, obviously, because it's too hot. But I'm just going to pour it in gently side to side. Okay, and that is done. So now we're going to pop that in the oven. We're going to pop it in at 200 degrees, and that'll be in there for approximately 8 to 15 minutes, really depending on your oven. We want it to start to get golden brown on top, and hopefully you'll start to get some like little round kind of darker areas on the top, and then you'll be able to see that it's ready. So you can see here it's starting to bubble quite nicely, and it's gone nice and golden brown, so that's ready. And that has been in this oven, which was fan forced for 18 minutes. Now that our caramel slice base has cooled down, we're going to now scrape down the sides, which I'll show you with a palette knife, just to unstick the sides from the tin. So what I'll do, just flip that out over. You can hear that's already come out, and that's just popped out very easily. You can see the base is caramelized really nicely there. Then I'll just get another board and we'll just flip that back over. So I'll use 2 hands, one top bottom, just to hold it in place. Okay, so what I've weighed up here is some normal milk chocolate and some dark chocolate. I'm going to melt that down. Today I'm just going to use the microwave. I find that increments of about 30 seconds, take it out, stir it, back in for another 30 seconds. Keep repeating that process until it's melted and you're good to go. So now I'm simply just going to pour it through the center. I'm going to take it up to one corner, down to the next corner. And I'm trying not to get it over the edge. And now what I'll do is I'm gonna do a pattern from corner to corner, and this will just tidy it up and just give it a nicer finish. Okay, so now we've finished covering with chocolate. We just need to wait for it to set, obviously, before we can cut it. So I've just taken it out of the fridge. Now, we're running a little bit short on time. I'm filming today, so it's not quite set, but we're still gonna give it a go and cut it up anyway. Half of that side and approximately half here, approximately half down there. I'm sure there'll be someone doing a really lovely comment about how I'm doing things. Thanks for that. Don't worry, I don't read them, so go for your life. Here again, they're gonna be nice big slices. You guys can see what I'm doing, right? Oh yeah, there's a small camera here. And so while I'm wiping the knife every time, just if you don't wipe your knife, it's just gonna go all over the chocolate and mess up your nice pattern that you've made on top. We'll get this nice big slice. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Should I try it? It's good, really good. Give me a sec. It's funny because I hadn't done, because I had it in my head. Okay, let's do it. What's that? Oh, that's your hearing aids. That's your hearing aids.
Hearing aids together.